Next, the ski patrols found the body of a missing man on a big mountain. A diabetic driver is sentenced for the deaths of 3 people, and snowpack numbers are in. That in your weather and sports up next.
You're watching NBC Montana, the news leader, with Wade Muehlhoff, Heidi Miley, Mark Hagan, and Todd Reed. This is the news at 10.
Good evening, I'm Heidi Miley.
I'm Wade Muehlhoff. Searchers have found the body of a missing man on a big mountain.
Elise Stoll was on the mountain today and has this story.
As telemark teams warmed up for another day of competition, another group of teams were forming with a very different mission.
We're going to comb the grounds and just look for any signs of Sam.
But within an hour of setting out, the worst was confirmed. The body of 21-year-old Sam Vesti, a ski instructor and employee at the Hell Rowing restaurant, was found in a creek bed below Chair 1, just a few feet from the main parking lot.
It's sad that he was so close to the parking lot and so close to being out, but I think that I wouldn't expect anybody to have seen him.
Friends say the New Zealand native was walking down to catch a ride home when he probably fell into the snowdrift, either being knocked unconscious or passing out.
We knew right away he was face down in the gutter.
Even though friends couldn't save him, the fact that over 40 people came out to help in the search shows just how much of an impact Vesti made in just the 3 months he lived here.
We are one big family up here on the mountain, and that's how we're going to have to treat this, is we lost one of our own, unfortunately.
So hopefully everybody can get together and try to deal with this and say goodbye to our friends, so that's about it.
On Big Mountain, I'm Lee Stoll reporting.
Officials say the death probably was an accident, but because many people become disoriented after drinking, medical examiners will do an autopsy and a toxicology test.
If you're with somebody that you can see is obviously getting very intoxicated, don't let them go by themselves. You know, stay with them, be with them, get them to stop drinking and get them to a safe place.
Again, officials say Vesti likely died from hypothermia.
A diabetic driver responsible for killing 3 family members near Lolo in the spring of 2000 is facing 9 years probation. Aaliyah Mahi has this story.
William Andrew Johnson sat slumped over through the 2-hour sentencing, showing few signs of emotion, listening to family members from both sides, sharing a glimpse of who they lost.
William Johnson, I hope the first thing you think about each morning when you wake up is that you killed 3 innocent children.
Judge Ed McLean sentenced Johnson to 9 years probation for the car crash that killed 22-year-old James Newmeyer Jr., his year-old daughter, and 18-year-old Amber Knudsen. McLean ruled that Johnson, who suffers from diabetes, had been warned not to drive when his blood sugar was low, and said previous accidents should have reminded Johnson of the importance of taking his insulin. Jessica Newmeyer, James's wife, asked Johnson why he didn't take care of himself and expressed her anguish over raising the one child she has left alone.
Nothing is ever going to bring them back. No matter if he goes to the death chair.
I don't hate the man, but I don't think you can trust him either.
Johnson apologized for the accident, but Jessica says it doesn't change what's been done.
I don't think there's ever going to be any sort of closure to this.
Reporting in Missoula, I'm Aaliyah Mahi.
If Johnson is caught driving, he could go to prison for 60 years.
A judge has sentenced the man who kidnapped his ex-girlfriend, then led police on a manhunt through Glacier National Park to life in prison. Officers arrested Joseph Aceto back in 2000. He was convicted of 2 counts of attempted homicide and aggravated kidnapping, saying Aceto's 21-odd felony charges make him a danger to society. The judge sentenced him to 210 years in prison without parole. Aceto's lawyer filed a motion for a new trial. And in just 1 week, Nathaniel Barjona will go to trial in Butte on charges of kidnapping and assaulting 3 Great Falls boys. As Cindy Reese reports, officials still making last-minute preparations.
Local officials say security preparations and other details went a lot smoother this time because they had practice. Accused child killer Nathaniel Barjona's trial was supposed to start on September 10th, but lawyers asked for more time to sift through evidence. Now, almost 5 months later, that trial is ready to go. Now that local officials went through a practice round of preparations, all systems are a go for the real thing.
Since we already had the walls built, since we already had that type of stuff taken care of, we just had to advise the courthouse staff of what was going on again and the type of plans we were going to do.
Heavy security will surround the courthouse, including Judge Whalen's chambers. A small room will be built outside of his courtroom with a walk-through metal scanner in front of the doors. With 200-plus jurors expected to line the courtroom the first couple of days of the trial, parking could be a tough problem.
We are going to try to shuttle people from the Civic Center up to the courthouse in buses. The jurors, not the public, but the jurors will be have that available to them if they want to use that, and we encourage that.
Captain Skolatich says he's confident with the manpower issue and security procedures. One thing he's worried about is packing 200 jurors into a small courtroom.
It's the smallest courtroom we have up there, so it's going to be difficult, but the judge from Great Falls feels confident that they'll be able to accomplish it. So.
Captain Skolatich also says that some of the details, like where Barjona will be held, are confidential. The trial is expected to last approximately 3 weeks. At the courthouse, I'm Cindy Reese. Now back to you.
And Barjona is scheduled to be tried in Missoula. That will be in May on murder charges.
The biggest high school in the state could be undergoing big changes as District 5 trustees in Kalispell attempt to tackle overcrowding. KECI-TV reports.
I'm here at Kalispell Junior High School, where tonight's District 5 trustees discuss some hot topics that could help shape the future for Flathead High School in Kalispell. Tonight, school board members heard from experts about rising real estate costs and limited possible locations for a 60-acre new school site. Many parents came out to voice their opinions, most in support of buying land before prices get too high and building an additional high school as soon as possible.
We want to stay in Kalispell. I live within spitting distance of the Flat High School now, and I'd be more than happy to have that still be a high school if we could have another one and give twice as many kids chances to be on the football team, to be in the school play. Even if it means for a few years some things are cut, eventually parents will support and the community will support 2 schools and things will get back.
Now tonight, school board members did decide to begin looking for a new suitable piece of land for a new high school. That land will have to go before voters for approval, but it's possible no additional levies will be needed to purchase the land. So that means it's good news for the voters. Reporting at Kalispell Junior High School, I'm KECI-TV.
Some environmentalists say they could accept some salvage logging in the Bitterroot National Forest, but they won't bargain away the public's right to take part in forest management decisions. That's the latest from the federal mediation that's underway all over the Bitterroot Burned Area Recovery Plan. Now it continues tomorrow in Missoula. Earlier, Judge Don Malloy put a stay on plans to log 44,000 acres approved by the Department of Agriculture.
Numbers out this week show Montana's snowpack was 90% of average and 161% of last year's. West of the Divide, snowpack was 97% of average, 79% to the east this week. But Montana's drought isn't over. Despite this snow, soil, streams, and banks are dry. Experts say what water there is will have to soak into the ground before flowing downstream.
We're in a continuous drought until we have the April and May numbers in place. We see how things are shaping up, and then there will be a review made to see if we're still in a continuous drought. If we are, which areas we are, which areas have recovered, and those types of things.
And at least the researchers say there's a bit of good news with the stream flow. They predict it will be a little bit higher than last year's.
Good news.
Yeah, let's bring in Mark Haka now, who can help us get through this a little bit better.
We're better off than last year. We still need more snow, and it's even worse east of the Divide. And again, we're in a weather pattern conducive to heavy mountain snow west of the Divide, but just windy, dry conditions east of the Divide. Let's take a look from way up above and see what's going on. We have a couple of systems taking aim at Montana. One is actually moving through right now. It's very weak and pretty much just producing a few flurries and snow showers in the mountains. But a stronger storm system to the west of us will affect us later this week and over the weekend. But this first system is producing mainly winds, and high wind warnings are in effect for the Rocky Mountain front tonight. That includes the east side of Glacier Park. I've stayed overnight in the St. Mary's area a couple of times, and one time the wind must have been blowing 80 miles an hour.
Wow.
That area gets it a lot, and expecting it again tonight. Anyway, I'll have your complete precision storm team forecast a little later.
We could call Mark our first-hand weather guy. He's been through it all.
On the spot, isn't he? Well, coming up in just a few minutes, the military in Montana.
Even though we feel like we might be isolated from it, our servicemen and women are helping in the war effort. That plus weather and sports coming up.
Tonight, Jay's All New with Rebecca Romaine Stamos, Howie Mandel, Willie Nelson, and Olympic preparations. And Friday after the opening ceremony, catch the Olympic Tonight Show live. And Monday, Laura Bush, Britney Spears, and Olympic action Jay Style. Catch the Olympic Tonight Show starting Friday every weeknight on NBC. And on Conan, Roseanne.
I hardly ever leave my house.
Why is that?
I'm crazy. Managing the voices in my head is like a full-time job.
Well, then she'll get along just fine here.
Got honeydews that need to get done in a hurry? The friendly, knowledgeable staff at Western Building Center will help you find all the interior products you need in record time, like exciting interior paint, new plumbing and fixtures, shelving, cabinets, ornamental molding, lighting, and much more, all with free delivery. Shopping at Western Building Center even saves you enough time for free coffee. We've got the product to fit any job at 9 convenient locations, so there's sure to be one in your neighborhood. Western Building Center, where the contractor shops, and so should you.
Working on the rollbacks, prices going down, down. Working on the rollbacks, whoop, another goes down. Working on the rollbacks, prices going down, down. Working on the rollbacks, whoop, another goes down.
Get the Walmart rollbacks. Working hard to save you even more.
Working
our way.
Working.
His name is Henry, Clay Henry. He's a fireman and a Jared fan from Subway. He got real big on burgers and fries. Now he's down to a smaller size. Gets his might from his Veggie Delight. Great taste each day from his local Subway. He's Henry, Clay Henry.
With the help of exercise and the great taste of Subway's 7 sandwiches with just 6 grams of fat or less, people like Clay Henry are inspirations for everyone to follow.
Subway, eat fresh.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Miracle Ear, Missoula, Hamilton, Kalispell, and Whitefish.
America is at war. What role does Montana play? Well, yesterday we had a brief overview of military history in the Treasure State. Today we go behind the gates of Malmstrom Air Force Base for a look at our current role in the war on terrorism.
We ready to go to work today?
Guard mount. The men and women charged with keeping 200 nuclear missiles safe and operating prepare for duty.
Ensure that we have proper nuclear security in accordance with 42.
They're part of the 10th Strategic Missile Command, one of 4 missile squadrons at Malmstrom Air Force Base. They patrol 9 counties, drive 4 to 6 million miles a year.
Let's talk weather. Last couple of days we've been driving on 87. They just turned into green last night.
They guard and keep more than a third of our nation's Minuteman III missiles on alert, ready to launch.
We never take things lightly. Every time we go out there and we post out in the field, it's a very serious matter, and we take it very seriously.
The Cold War may be over, and America may be reducing its nuclear arsenal, but Malmstrom's commander says the base's role in the current war is as important as ever.
We are allowed to deploy forces like we have over in Afghanistan and around the world because we are sitting here on what's called strategic deterrence alert, protecting the backside of those people that have deployed overseas.
When the U.S. is at war, we're at war. So just because we're 100 feet underground in the middle of Montana doesn't mean that, we're, eating candy bars and putting our feet up.
Lieutenant Menke trains the officers responsible for launching the missiles should the president ever give the order.
Okay. Got Sierra 33 reporting 301, 302.
200 missiles, all controlled at consoles like this with the turn of a key. But it's not as easy as you may think.
Step 1, launch key inserted.
A command to launch starts with the President, then the Joint Chief of Staff, U.S. Strategic Command, and finally, the missile launch site. Launch sites are in groups of 5. Any can cancel a launch. 2 separate launch sites, each with 2 officers, must verify the command codes and initiate the launch.
We have never launched one of these things, and we tend to believe, and I think it's true, that the mission of these ICBMs is the fact that they're on alert and launchable at the direction of the President of the United States, and that in itself is the deterrent.
A deterrent that keeps Montana a key player in our military's effort to keep America safe. So far we've looked at the past and present of Montana's military. Tomorrow we'll meet the future, the cadets of UM's ROTC program. Heidi?
It's neat to get a look inside there. Thank you, Wade. A Montana State University professor is supporting the KECI spacecraft that scientists launched today. It will focus a spectrometer on the sun, creating images of X-rays emitted by solar flares. KECI stands for High Energy Spectroscopic Imager. From MSU, Richard Canfield will monitor communications to and from scientists in Berkeley, California, and 100 observatories centered all over the world.
The bright light of X-rays and gamma rays, this really high energy light, takes place. We just don't know. So it's a problem in physics, which is why we here in the physics department at MSU are studying the topic.
And Mark is next with weather.
I'm Jim Oliverson, Kalispell Regional Medical Center, where the improvements in healthcare never stop.
Kalispell has had a hospital for more than 100 years, and now we are implementing major changes for a second century with our current remodeling and addition. These improvements will allow us to deliver the health care you need and want. It is our goal to improve your satisfaction and convenience. We appreciate your patience as we grow.
This is your appetite talking, and this is a tasty alert. You're not gonna believe this, baby.
Right now, 5 Arby's roast beefs are just $5.95.
All that slow roasted beef. So tender, so juicy. And those sauces, that's what you want, baby.
Get 5 Arby's regular roast beef sandwiches for just $5.95, but not for long.
If you want the tasty, you gotta be hasty. Give in to your grown-up taste.
I am rugged. I'm hard-working. I am tough. I'm a rare breed. I am full Super Duty. And I am Montana.
Got honeydews that need to get done in a hurry? The friendly, knowledgeable staff at Western Building Center will help you find all the interior products you need in record time, like exciting interior paint, new plumbing and fixtures, shelving, cabinets, ornamental molding, lighting, and much more, all with free delivery. Shopping at Western Building Center even saves you enough time for free coffee. We've got the product to fit any job at 9 convenient locations, so there's sure to be one in your neighborhood. Western Building Center, where the contractor shops, and so should you.
KCFW 9, make it an appointment.
Well, the sun is very nice, but I know so many people are wanting moisture.
We need the snow, but you know, if it's not going to snow, let it be sunny. And we've had some very fine winter days the last few days, all the way since late last week. But we do have snow in the forecast, even in the valleys in the extended forecast, but especially mountain snow back in the forecast. Let's take a look at statewide temperatures. 63 at Bozeman and 13 degrees in Butte. No. The computer making a little error here in Bozeman. In fact, at last report, 12 there. But even with the computer error, the computer is keeping up with the color scheme here, from the dark green where it's warm to the purple and pink where it's cold. It's definitely cold over southwest Montana to Salmon, Idaho. That area directly under high pressure. The farther away you get from that high pressure, the milder it is, and also with downslope winds, you get the milder temperatures in the High Line and Rocky Mountain front areas. 28 degrees, mostly cloudy in Missoula. A few flurries developing in the mountains. South winds at 6 and a rising barometer. 35, the clouds keeping the temperature up in the Kalispell area. Put an east wind at 10 miles per hour. That makes the wind chill down to 21 degrees. Our highs today, 36 at Missoula and in Kalispell after early morning lows of 16 and 12. So although it's sunny in the days, of course, nighttime temperatures are allowed to fall a little bit more with the clear skies as well. We're not going to get that cold tonight thanks to the increased cloud cover we've been experiencing the last few hours. Temperatures for highs from our weather observers, pleasant, all the way up to 48 at Big Fork, 35 at Whitefish, 39 at Rexford, 52 degrees in Arlee, 35 at Grant Creek, and 45 degrees reported at Hamilton Heights. Around the nation, notice, I showed you the Butte-Bozeman temperatures in the low teens. From there down to Salt Lake, it's in the low to mid-teens thanks to that area being directly under a core of high pressure. Elsewhere, the coldest temperatures in the nation up in the northern New England states, Caribou down to 5 above zero. Notice where the snow is. No, not Minnesota, not Montana. Arkansas and onto western sections of Tennessee. It's ski Arkansas and water ski Louisiana tonight. Heavy rain around Shreveport, turning to heavy snow around Little Rock, and even into Atlanta, a mixture of rain and snow, maybe an icy situation there. Very weak system moving across our area right now, providing a few, mainly mountain snow flurries and snow showers, partly cloudy skies. This is a very weak system, but it's a sign of things to come. We're going to have a series of these coming through, and those will be breaking down the upper level ridge, and eventually that means an increasing threat of precipitation. Just some sporadic flurries and mountain snow showers here and there, but nothing major. You folks in the northwest corner in the mountains could see an inch or two tonight as this first wave moves through, windy to the east of the divide. Then tomorrow, just partly cloudy to cloudy. But another stronger system moving ashore, bringing rain and snow to the far western sections of Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. That one will then bring an increased threat of some light snow late tomorrow night and Thursday. And then another stronger system comes in, bringing a better chance on Friday and over the weekend. But temperatures remaining relatively mild for this time of the year. Mountain snow 1 to 2 inches maybe in the Kootenai area and around West Glacier. Otherwise, just a slight chance in the northwest valleys tonight. 19 for a low at Kalispell, 26 in Polson. Partly cloudy to cloudy tomorrow. A high of 35 at Kalispell, 39 in Libby. West central sections, maybe a mountain flurry or snow shower. Partly cloudy, 21 at Missoula. Closer to that high pressure, though. Salmon down to 7 above zero. Tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy, 36 Missoula. 38 degrees at Hamilton. Here's the situation. Right now we have that flattening ridge, and there's the high over eastern Idaho. That's why it's colder down in Salmon. But more of a direct flow coming in Friday and the weekend, and that means increasing, especially mountain snow, windy conditions east of the Continental Divide. And there it is. A few snow showers Thursday, a better chance of snow Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs 35 to 40 throughout the period. Lows pretty much in the 20s. To around 30. So Heidi, more of that mountain snow in the forecast.
We'll take it. Thanks, Mark. News for your health is next.
Watch the ultimate sporting competition in the world, the Olympics, right here on KCFW 9.
America's Olympic Heroes, brought to you locally by Mountain West Bank.
As a young girl, Christy Yamaguchi wanted to be the next Dorothy Hamilton. And at the 1992 Games in Albertville, she fulfilled her dream, becoming the first American since Hamilton to claim the ladies' figure skating gold.
Mountain West Bank, proud to support the local broadcast of the Winter Olympics from Salt Lake City.
Reviewing our last fiscal year, the numbers from January were slightly better than the numbers from February. However, the numbers in January were identical to the numbers in March. The numbers in April were slightly lower than the numbers in March, but identical.
Like playing games? Come to Best Buy, where you can play the latest video games and try out a lot of other cool stuff. Best Buy. Go ahead, turn on the fun.
First National Pawn gives the most cash for your valuables. We've satisfied customers for 20 years.
The stores are very clean and well lit. I get all my sporting goods and electronics here. They're really friendly and they have lots of good stuff.
I buy all my jewelry here because of the great selection and great prices. I trust the people that work here.
First National Pawn is the best tools in town.
I really like the Disney movie.
Working together, First National Pawn.
Sizzler. Dollar for dollar, the world's best steaks.
A daily dose of fruits and vegetables may be the key to controlling blood sugar. Here's Dr. Kevin Soden with the details.
We all know that eating a balanced diet can help us stay healthy. But when it comes to fighting diabetes, avoiding high-fat calorie foods may not be enough. New research published in the Annals of Internal Medicine finds what you add to your diet is just as important as what you leave out. A 12-year study of more than 42,000 men, published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, found that those who ate a diet full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, and poultry had a much lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who ate a Western diet full of red meat, fried foods, high-fat dairy products, and sweets.
The implications of this study are straightforward. To reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, people should avoid a Western diet and increase consumption of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
The findings are important for all of us. Type 2 diabetes is rapidly increasing in the United States. About 16 million people have this most common form of diabetes, which can cause blindness, kidney failure, and heart disease. I'm Dr. Kevin Soden for NBC News.
Americans have type 2 diabetes, and left untreated, it can cause blindness, kidney failure, and heart disease. Stick around, Todd Reed's in next with sports.
Vans joins the competitive spirit of the Winter Games to bring you some gold medal value.
The new Sony camcorders now arriving at Vans are early favorites. Take home a Sony digital camcorder for just $4.99, or a very competitive Sony Hi8 camcorder with LCD screen for only $2.99. Select Sony's best 36-inch TV HD TV monitor, and Vans will provide the pedestal.
Get a gold medal view of the Winter Games without leaving Montana. From your neighbors, Vans.
We've got a really cool business called Westpaw Design, and what we do is we manufacture fabric, dog, and cat products. State Fund has really come in and helped us. They actually sent a work specialist here to evaluate what we do and what each different station does. They highly recommended we get into a stretching routine. Every hour we take a minute to stretch. We have a little fun with it by playing music, and the employees have loved it. Montana State Fund has given us suggestions that we could implement, and we've chosen to do that. We're working together.
This is what we learn from. This is how we can get new ideas to save energy. That's the reason that they built this store.
If we save energy, it might make the world a better place.
Walmart is definitely setting an example. It makes me feel good.
We have 288 solar panels, 180 skylights in the building. This store is an investment in saving energy.
We're all in this together. Yeah, they're doing their part. It behooves me to do mine.
Actions speak louder than words.
It's a smart thing to save energy. Everybody should care about it.
KCFW 9, make it an appointment.
Lady Grizz doing great in conference play, but now time to take the show on the road.
Yeah, and that's really going to tell the story of what happens, you know, because they had such the luxury in the first half of playing the predominant number of their games. How about the vocabulary tonight? Throwing out quite several nice words, large in nature, several syllables. Well, let's continue as we talk about the Lady Grizz. Undefeated in conference play, but now Robin Selvig's team faced with the challenge of hitting the road, 4 of 6 on the road. One of the big things that being at home helped them do is regain their shooting touch. They had a little stretch where they got a little off the mark, but Coach says, you know, they're back on it.
Well, we've been, you know, and we didn't shoot poorly in the Montana State game, but we had been shooting the ball great, and obviously that helps. And so we're hoping, and we did go on the road in the first half and beat Weber State in one of our better games of the year, maybe the best, and a pretty good Idaho State club. So it's not like we shouldn't feel like we can go and do the job, whether it's home or road. But we do understand that these are good teams, and our ladies aren't stupid. They know that. They know we're going to have to play great to win. And every game is just huge now when you're starting to get closer and closer to the end.
And every win will notch the Lady Grizz one step closer to a conference championship. See, I started out so well. Then what happened? Right there, just coming out of that, it's just like stuff going on. Anyway, every win closer to a conference title. That means they would host the Big Sky Conference tournament if they could capture that, and that's always a huge advantage, trying to earn that berth into the NCAA tournament. See, now I'm back rolling again. Watch out. Here we go. NBA stuff with the Washington Wizards at home. You know, they've won 3 in a row. Michael Jordan's team 24-21, taking on that man, the Toronto Raptors, and Vince Carter's team tonight. They are in second place in the Central Division to the MCI Center, and Vince, nobody guarding him outside, so he buries the 3, 38-34, Raptors on top. Then third quarter now, we'll take you to the second half. Carter with another triple, 73-66 Toronto, but watch out. Here come the Wizards. MJ only had 3 points in the first half. Not the case in the second. 2 here makes the Wizards pull to within 2. Michael in the fourth now. How about the baseline? Man, that's just money for him, isn't it? Hits it. How many of those has he hit in his career? 87-86, the Wizards. Then MJ, more offense. This time another bucket, 91-86. And not only doing it shooting, but how about the assists? Had like 5 or 6 of them tonight. Here to Popeye Jones. That was the one that sealed the deal for the Wizards. They're going to pump the fist, baby. Final score, Washington goes on to win it 99-94. A couple other high school basketball scores, or I should say one, and a volleyball score to tell you about tonight. Libby at home, a winner over Troy, 76-67. And in volleyball, Ronan beats Polson 3-1. Well, let's talk about the Olympics, because today was a big day. A lot of athletes this week starting to make their way to Salt Lake City and check into the Olympic Village. NBC's Michael Williams tonight with a look back at what took place today.
The treasure every Olympian seeks, gold, silver, and bronze, is ready for shipment Tuesday to a secret location. Shaped like the river rocks of Utah's rivers and streams, the Olympic medals are carved from raw materials found in a local mine. Now, U.S. athletes officially welcomed at Olympic Village hope raw athletic talent refined by years of training will pay off.
To hear the national anthem go up, hopefully that's not the last time that we all hear it.
Preparation includes picking out Olympic wear for opening ceremonies.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, we just filled up a shopping cart with, you know, Olympic merchandise. It's overwhelming how much stuff we're getting.
Amidst the final tune-ups, the media crush builds. Speed skater Jennifer Rodriguez maneuvered through one.
But it is exciting to get the attention, you know. Finally, people are recognizing what we all work hard for.
Sport and its ultimate prize on the minds of U.S. and international athletes.
The controversy is over. Our goal now is to skate fast, and there's nothing we can do. The security, other people are taking care of the security, and we're going to skate fast.
Security planners hope they have provided just that, a setting that keeps the focus on fun and games. And the images of spirited, respectful competition and international friendship are the ones that all concerned hope will frame the lasting memories of the Winter Olympic Games set to begin Friday. In Salt Lake City, Michael Williams for NBC News.
And the New England Patriots celebrating today with their thousands, make it hundreds of thousands of fans that took to the streets of Boston today to welcome the Patriots and their Super Bowl trophy. Everyone's showing up. A lot of folks had extra time for lunch today. The city giving their workers an extra hour so they could go take in some of the festivities that took place downtown. So those guys having a lot of fun today. Anytime you win a Super Bowl, got to drag that celebration out.
Big festivities. Let's check out the rest of the scores.
Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open till midnight so you can eat great even late.
The United States was the first country to organize a professional hockey league. Ice hockey was originally an Olympic summer game. Catch the Olympic spirit on KCFW 9.
That will do it for us this evening. Have a great night.
Watching NBC, America's late night.